Hello and welcome to day 30 of the Get Fit by 40 challenge, program, journey, whatever we're calling it. For those of you who don't know, my name is Lee. I'm a personal trainer who's 37 and a half years old, and I've set myself the challenge of becoming fit by the age of 40 to set a better example to those around me and to prove that the slow, steady, sustainable approach is best for most people. Today I want to talk about investing and how that can be compared, financial investing, how that can be compared to investing in your fitness, in your health, etc. from a personal trainer's point of view. Not a financial advisor, just a personal trainer. When it comes to investing, there's basically two types. There's high risk, high reward, Wolf of Wall Street style, or there's low risk and potentially lower reward. Assuming you aren't going with the high risk, high reward strategy, which is basically gambling, not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's what it is, that means you're going to be going with a slow, steady approach over a sustained period of time. There is lots of data that now shows that the slow and steady approach is almost guaranteed to make you a certain amount of money over a long period of time. However, even with the, for example, S&P 500, which tends to be the go-to kind of fund that people will invest in for the long term, even with that, there is still short-term risk. If you have too short-term of a mindset, there is still potentially high risk. For example, in 2022, the S&P 500 was actually down 18% versus the previous year, whereas the previous year, it was quite significantly up. However, if you zoom out and look at it over a long period of time, the average returns are about 10% per year, and that's over the course of a decade or even multiple decades. As you can see, the closer you look at the individual results, the more volatile they appear. The more you step back, the more predictable it becomes. I just got weighed this morning. I've been getting weighed every Monday since I started this thing about a month ago. My weight has gone up, my body fat's gone up, and my muscle mass has come down. Those are the three metrics that I'm measuring, and like I said at the very start, I want to be clear, I'm not super interested in what those metrics are, but I am interested in which direction they head over the long term. So as I said, if I look at that in a very short-term mindset, that would appear bad. My weight is going up, my body fat's going up. That's not what I'm interested in. My muscle mass is going down. I would ideally have that go the other way. But I'm not concerned because I know that I'm doing the correct things. My actions are the things that I can control. I can't control the outcomes. Much like financial investing, if you put your money in, slow and steady, little bit at a time, every week, every month, every quarter, whatever it is, and trust that over time, over a decade or longer, the results will take care of themselves, then that's what will happen. If you look daily or you look every week or whatever it is and you start to panic, then you can get yourself into a situation you don't want to be in where you're losing money. The more you step back, the more predictable the results will be. I know that I've swam a few times this month, I've ran a few times this month, I've visited the gym a few times this month, and I've been quite mindful about the foods that we're eating. I'm not counting my calories super strictly. I'm not, restricting what I'm eating. I'm still, going out for food every now and then. I'm not in the gym every day. I'm going with the slow and steady approach and trusting that over time, the results will start to show. Don't get me wrong, you can still use the metrics. Don't get me wrong, you can still adjust what you're doing. You can still adjust your calories. You can still, work out more or whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with paying attention and being mindful about what you're doing. However, if you know you're doing the correct things, if you know you're taking the correct actions and the results have not transpired yet, trust that they will. Short-term chopping and changing is not helpful. We're in this for the long term. I'm looking to be healthier in my 40s, not in 4 days' time. Like I say, I'm not trying to suggest that you can't make changes to what you're doing if it's not working, but the longer you can try something out, the more accurate the data will be, the more informed your decision will be about what you're going to do. I understand that I'm in a privileged position where I am a personal trainer. I do know how to adjust my workouts. I do know how to kind of keep an eye on my nutrition without having to think too much about it. Not everybody's like that. So if you do have any specific questions about this topic, then by all means reach out. But like I say, slow and steady wins the race. You don't need to be looking too closely at the outcomes in the short term. The more you can step back, the more predictable the results will be. If you do have any questions, by all means reach out. But until next time, take it easy.